welcome back to episode. I think it's 26. I keep losing track. I think it's 27 or 26.
It's 27.
27.
20. You sure?
Pretty sure.
Like, I would know.
You don't watch these? How do you know? Okay, it's 27.
You don't watch episode. You don't watch our own trash.
Anyway, episode 27. Ever since we got back this year, and good news, we're about to hit 300 subscribers. Like last time I checked, it was 299. One more.
Sweet.
So that's a nice milestone. Like, we double our subscribers in like a month. But that's not important right now. What is important is, Lon, hit it.
Yay! You're old.
I'm old.
And the bad part is, he's gonna have to mute that whole thing.
I told you.
Oh yeah, because it's copyright. The song's copyrighted.
But wait.
I'll figure something out. Anywho, yes, episode 27. Shane's birthday was yesterday.
Copyright.
Yeah, a lot of copyright, damn it. But nonetheless, back with more leaks, back with some news, back with interesting stuff that happened because of I delayed away, but we'll get to that.
Bless them.
But
In memorial.
Oh yeah,
very much so.
Like always. Tune to the
A moment of silence for our dear friend spoiling.
Yeah, you know he lost his job, so.
Okay.
alright, like always, on to the week's leaks. And Shane's gonna start us off with some angel feather.
Alright, so for Angels, we have a grade 1. Oh, they're both grade 1s. Okay.
Yes.
Yep. So we have Healthful Intendant. Auto when ridden on. Cost, put this unit on your damage zone face down. Choose a card from your damage zone, call it to rear guard. Continuous rear guard. If a card was put in your opponent's damage zone this turn, this unit gets +5.
I'm so happy about this. I really am. Angel Feather is the one clan that I look forward to. I'll say the most. Yeah, the most. The most. It's close. There's a few that are close, but this one, yeah. It's a great card.
Okay. For the next one, we have Scalpel Angel. Continuous rear guard. If there are 3 or more cards in your damage zone, this unit gets intercept and power +5k.
That is fudging terrifying. Scalpel angels coming at you.
Can you say that name again, please?
Scalpel Angel.
Okay. I missed it.
I don't want to know what.
What
you're
does
doing.
she think?
Nobody wants to know.
Nobody wants to know.
No. Family friendly. Family friendly.
Okay.
So let's get to my
Granted, as he said, scalpel angel, as we were talking about it, just 2 thoughts. 1, an actual scalpel. 2, an actual scalpel. Scalpel angel. Mention that.
We're continuing on.
Yes, continuing on.
Bad attempt.
Up. More up. Nope, skip those.
Skip.
There you go. The big
Hey.
ones.
Let's skip the trash.
And
Okay.
start from the bottom up.
From bottom of, okay, yeah. Alright, so we have some new Batama leaks.
Ninja Boys.
The Ninja Boys.
Great.
Alright, so first up we have Evil Stealth Dragon.
Kurogiri.
Yeah, that. Act rear guard, cost Soul Blast 2, return this unit to your hand. Call up to 2 evil decoy tokens to rear guard. Both. They're straight up. So, that. Quit! So both of the first 2 are going to be grade 1s.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the triple rare grade 1. That just, bounce and make the 2 tokens for 2 soul blasts, which is not that hard in New Batama, is it?
Nope.
Just
So,
all the tokens.
Very much so.
Summoning Jutsu.
oh my god.
Then Shadow Clone Jutsu.
Shadow Clone.
They're summoning tokens. I don't know.
I mean, this looks like substitution jutsu.
It's stuff
Yes.
there.
Anyways, wrong nerd. Hard nerd.
Leaks.
The other great one.
Stealth Fiend.
Tataribu. Nope, not
I
even.
was gonna say I'm not even here to read it for you.
Tataribue.
I'm
It's a
blind.
weird owl bird boy. That
Tataribu.
That.
Sure.
Whatever you feel comfortable calling.
Auto Vanguard. When its attack
I don't
hits a
have
Vanguard,
one.
draw a card.
It's always good.
Continuous rear guard. During your turn, if you have a grade 0 rear guard, this unit gets power +5.
I mean, it's a staple now.
In my opinion, this has 2 positions and it's in the same column. It's either Vanguard or directly behind the Vanguard.
Yep.
That's pretty much the only 2 places you want it.
I mean, that Vanguard effect's so good. I have some gripe with it later down the road.
Okay. So the last, but not least, the big boy. We have Evil Stealth Dragon, Akatsuki Hanzo. Act Vanguard once per turn. Retire two grade 0 rear guards. This unit gets power plus 20 until the end of turn. Choose any number from all rear guards and return them to hand. If your opponent's vanguard is grade 3 or greater, your opponent chooses cards from his or her hand equal to the number of his or her cards returned with this effect and discards them.
Yep. So in other words, I'm going to eat these two things that I make pretty much for free because of the way the deck plays, at least if you build it properly. And then I'm going to take your board, everything except for the vanguard, yeet it back to your hand, and then you count the number of cards that were yeeted, and you yeet them to the grave.
Has anybody noticed that more and more VRs are doing some sort of removal?
Yep.
Because it's needed. That's the one thing that everyone complained about whenever the first series came around, and then whenever the first G series came around. All of the original stuff was like, okay, you have some sort of removal, but it's like CB2 and hit this one specified area. This one is just good.
And then you go to Tachi and just go, call, equip, call, gauge, retire, call, gauge, retire, call, gauge, retire. Okay, can I also point out, I'm so tempted to just take, whenever someone's reading the effects, and zoom in the camera on Flan, whatever he's doing.
I know, right? You're trying not to laugh.
I'm so tempted to put that in the editing.
I always do it hoping you will.
Roll up just one specific card, I'm going to do it.
Baiting.
It's gonna be that guy.
Moving on. That was promos, skip.
Yeah.
That was specific ones because Alex needs those.
Yeah, we talk about this because it's pretty important.
Apologize
So-
ahead of time, by the way. It's head cold thing going on. So,
Hey, a lot of people are getting sick lately.
it's a season change. It's disgusting.
It's nice.
Disgusting.
Anyway,
It is very nice.
Fall is nice.
This
Yes,
was
it is.
still-
back to Vanguard!
Last week.
Genesis
Yes,
comments.
Genesis. Yes.
I've never
So-
been so excited.
First up, we have White Wall Sorcerer, Vegeta.
Vegeta.
It's over 9,000.
Oh my god, I gotta say
Well, I mean,
that.
technically it is. Because auto guard circle when placed, cost, counterblast 1. This unit gets shield plus 10,000, so it is over 9,000.
Oh, hell yeah.
If your vanguard is a star chanter, get an imaginary gift force and put that mark on your vanguard.
You mean an astral what?
An astral poet? Is that
Astral
what it is?
poet?
It's a national poet.
Oh, let me write. To Sky Daddy, my feelings.
If anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, apparently for the English Bushi, the Star Chanter translation is for us astral poet.
I can't wait to see how they screw up Great Nature's stuff.
Yeah, it's not lottery, it's like.
Yeah.
What did they say? It was
I think they already confirmed this.
Yeah,
It started with a G of some sort.
Gash.
Gash.
Yeah. Gosh.
Whatever.
G-A-C-H.
We'll see when it comes out.
Confusion.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It says.
something that another clan got that most clans want.
Defense more, please.
Okay, so this is gonna make a lot of people salty.
Yeah.
So we have Battle
Bang.
Maiden Umari. Act rear guard once per turn. If your vanguard has 3 or more force markers, Soul Blast 2, countercharge 1.
It's
So-
so free.
The way you do this is if you're going first, you rise grade 3, get the force marker. If it's the Uranus, you Soul Blast 2, get the force marker. Do your turn. They attack you. Guard with that new card. Get the force marker, and now you're going.
Or I got a better solution, right? The grade 2 that already makes a force marker on Vanguard, right?
You're more likely to have that other part though.
True.
Why's it gotta be a 7K base?
Because
Gee, I wonder why.
if it was any
It's called
stronger,
Life is Fair.
What's even better?
At some degree.
to some degree.
The even better part is you use that grade 1 from the trial deck, counterblast 1, move it to soul, make a marker, and then you soul blast it in another card to get it back and make it free.
Yep. The deck is just like I'm gonna do this and this and this and this and this and marker.
And then in the corner we see deep police for players cry
And then we'll do it.
because they're never gonna get a countercharge.
Alright.
I'm not mad about this. They don't
Alright.
need it.
So the next leaks are the
Fight
last
me.
leaks of the week. And then we're going to talk about something special that happened with Idel 808. So, Shane?
Alright, so we are moving on into Novas. Where, you know, we get Monsters Inc. now.
Not even wrong.
Mike
Dad.
Wazowski.
Oh my goodness. I'm on a Vanguard card!
We'll see if you guys can figure out which one is Mike Wazowski. Okay. So first off, we have Starfighter Silver Fist. It is a grade 1.
Triple rare.
Yeah, grade 1 triple rare. Continuous Vanguard Rear Guard. The power increase of front trigger effects revealed for your drive check get plus 5,000. Auto Vanguard. When its attack hits a Vanguard, draw a card. Discard a card from your hand.
Why?
Yes!
Why?
King.
Everybody else!
High five.
Everybody else!
Yes!
Why us?
Filter, you shall not plus. Filter, you shall not plus.
Mega Conan.
You know what's gonna be bad? Is whenever they drive check, the 3 drive checks, and they rip a front on the last, and they draw into the front that would have been there.
Filter, you may not draw. Continuing.
Okay. So up next we have a rare, and it is full-time mechanic Straw Genie.
Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski. Auto rear guard. When your drive check reveals a front trigger, this unit gets power plus 10 until the end of turn.
Okay. My opinions on these two. Yes, I'm gonna run the grade 1 because if you have this and the grade 2 and the Vanguard is, you know, the right one front trigger is 30k power to the front row. Imagine getting 3 now. That's 90.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Oh yeah, very much so. That's what you run.
How do you feel about the grade 1 though?
Just have like the math.
Okay, about Mike Wazowski,
equations.
he is really fun. Mike Wazowski's really fun because he gets to 18 on his own, and I even get bigger. My biggest problem with Mike Wazowski is there's no space for him. You're running, as far as the deck is right now, you are running the grade 1 common that puts a front trigger on top because you want yourself to guarantee at least 1 front.
That, and he's not really that scary. That was his problem.
You want to run the grade 1 common. You want to run this triple rare just because it does have the Vanguard skill. You can fix your hand still, and the 5k extra is always a 5k good extra. The other cards you want to try running are a perfect guard grade 1 for the simple fact that it maximizes your front triggers in your trigger lineup. And the last grade 1 that people can run as techs are Crimson Bird if you're running Brutal Jack, because that's still just a good combo overall. Custom Riser, because why not swinging first on first ride on going first? Just gets your opponent to bigger damage and easier to kill with the Vanguard. And another great recommendation is also Queen of Hearts, because if you do manage front triggers, someone's using a perfect guard on one of those.
Yep.
So Queen of Hearts is just standing bigger.
Well, Philip, why not shout?
Shout's amazing in the current Bestiality build. For this deck, it will kill you, because you want your fronts in deck.
You heard, folks.
Okay, so I'm going to play devil's advocate with this. So yes, you want your fronts in deck. However, the chances of you being able to, activate it, get the front, and have that grade 1 in hand, for example, just to be able to pop it down. You have multiples of that grade 1, and you've managed to pull up a lot of cards, or you dig through a couple of cards, get a front trigger a little bit closer, and then you place one down. It makes your odds, granted, randomly better.
Well, that's the nature of Vanguard.
Randomly better, yes. Slogan, the more you know.
Vanguard takes skill down.
From my playing it and from my experience, like one shout is really good in hitting high grades because you're really gambling on the specific grade 1 you need, and especially triggers. Just because more than likely you're not gonna get them. Playing against Genesis and using shout, dear Lord, I'm never getting anything.
No.
The other problem with shout that I've came across every time I try to use them in the deck is I use shout and then later I regret using shout. Too many games were like that. The gamble is great, too much.
So I think the structure of the deck hasn't quite been figured out for it completely, because I still think it has a spot in the new deck even. Because it's front centric. That's what you're doing. It's front centric. That's it. But if you can draw through cards in order to get a hold of front triggers and then stack them yourself, you make your own luck with that deck.
Agreed, but again,
It is very hard to do. It is very much randomized, and your opponent will plus off of this thing. But, most likely. However, if you are able to, beat through that hand, which, let's be honest, you're going to be able to do with the power that's giving, you kind of don't care whenever you just start adding cards.
It's a give and take. For me personally, it's too big of a gamble. For another Nova Grapple player, it's a really good friend from Roanoke, David, who's been playing Nova Grapple from who knows when. He's also gave me some input on how to build it, and he also agrees for this kind of build, Shout you can play, it's kind of too big of a risk. So, like Jeff said, you can build a deck with Shout, and there are some builds that you even can utilize run. It's just a personal playstyle at that point, and it's also, do you want to gamble that much? For me personally, I don't want to gamble with Shout that much.
Alright, and with that, we're loose.
Alright, the last few things we're going to talk about is plant tokens.
Oh,
We got
surprisingly.
just recently.
Yeah, confirmed an hour ago.
Or like literally an hour ago.
Alright, so all you flower people will be happy with this. Because you get new tokens that do more things.
Better tokens.
Way better tokens.
You got Miracle Grow.
So you now have tokens that have 10k power, 10k shield, boost, and intercept.
Everything.
You got everything.
And
All
it's still
the
considered a
things?
plant token, so I don't know
It's
how
still a
they're
grade
gonna...
0 plant token.
Way
It's
to
just
go.
like markers. You get to choose which one you want.
Yep.
Way to go.
Why would you choose the other one?
I know. I don't know why either, but you can if you want.
Way to go with the intercept thing. You ripped off the top.
Very fast and very easily.
But if they can't intercept from the back, really.
But who had tokens
Yeah.
first? But who had tokens first?
So Leonardo did have to.
True, but they didn't have the effects.
Hey,
They were upset. Someone else.
Each their own.
hey. Power is still the only one who can do drive checks with tokens.
Congratulations.
Nobody cares.
Alright. The last leaks, and these are big, and thank you Idella 808 for figuring this out, using the weekly bytes to actually edit the photo and actually get the effects.
Dragon clicking
Sacrifice.
is very
Oh, hey,
nice.
there's clarifications right
Your
there.
sacrifice will not
Yeah,
be
you can read those too.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Do the Genesis one first, because that angel one is a bag of...
Yeah. So,
bag of prizes.
To the great man, Ideal 808, we thank you for this.
and
Thank you.
And we're sorry.
Or
that you
woman
lost
from
your job.
Ideal 808. I don't
Thank you, Hawaii!
Yeah, thank you for everything.
And thank you for losing your job for us.
I'm pretty sure you lost your job for this.
No. Okay, whoever is an English Bushy Vanguard who posted that file
Yeah.
lost their job. I tell it we're just smart.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
To that person, thank you for losing your job for us.
Yeah,
You're the real heroes.
that's right. So we have, for Genesis, the amazing Quaking Heavenly Dragon, Astraeos Dragon.
Astral what?
Astraeos Dragon.
No. Astral what?
Oh, Astral Poet.
Astral Poet.
It's an
A
Astral
dragon.
Poet. You have your second Astral Poet, guys. Look at that.
It's
You're
a
in a book
world.
club.
It's a worldly dragon.
It's a-
Culture.
The culture.
we have Continuous Vanguard. If your Vanguard has five or more force markers, your back row center rear guard becomes an Astral Plane.
So you should never have to worry about never getting there.
Yep.
Second skill.
Is an act once per turn. Vanguard cost counterblast 1. Get an imaginary gift force and put that marker on your Vanguard.
Third skill.
So you have counterblast instead of soul blast.
And it's not. And it's multiple times.
Oh,
You
wait,
don't have
we're
to
getting ready to
write
get
it.
there. Don't
It's
worry.
an act ability.
Act Vanguard once per turn. If your astral plane has a unit, cost Soul Blast 1. Draw a card. They don't have to discard.
Your birthday boys have one hit you.
This should make me hate Genesis a whole hell of a lot more. Because that's all it is. Soul Blast 1, draw 1.
Why hate on the Genesis? It's nothing different than the original Swordbreaker.
I will say that
Because he
the
has to
fact-
discard.
So
Birthday boy, you're pushing your luck.
we taught these outside of a stream, so normally there'd be other cards with it. And the fact that it says if your astral plane has a unit and does not say Valkyrion makes me even more confident that we're gonna get another one.
I'm pretty sure that they're leaving that
Another
open.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get another
That's not a.
one,
That is a design space.
But it's just an
opening.
effect.
Yeah. But I'm saying
For future.
because it's not just a giant flashy card, I can see them saving the triple rare slot for a flashy another green 5.
We'll see.
Possible.
What about the Angel Feather one that got leaked?
Give me some good.
Oh, okay. So there's been a lot of confusion over this one too. This one's causing.
Let me see if I can clarify.
This
It's
one's-
beautiful.
So I'm going to try to read this as clear as possible because there have been so many people asking questions.
Yeah.
So we have Cosmo Healer Ergodial. Auto Vanguard, when placed, counterblast 1, choose up to 2 from all rear guards, and put them into the damage zone. If 1 or more cards were put, this unit gets crit +1 until the end of turn. You and your opponent heal cards from their damage zone equal to the number of cards put into their damage zone with this effect. Next one, Auto Vanguard. When it attacks, this unit gets power +5k until the end of that battle for each face-up card in your opponent's damage zone.
So, last effect, simple. First effect, interesting. Now we're getting into the Yu-Gi-Oh territory with comma splices and periods and semicolons.
Yay!
Okay,
English majors.
so
The key word is
There
there.
is
It says
one listing.
cards that were put into their damage zone heal their damage.
yeah, because it does specify, and the dot if 1 or more cards are put, this unit gets +1 crit. Okay, that's fine. You and your opponent heal cards from their damage zone equal to the number of cards put into their damage zone with this effect. I don't understand why this is confusing for people. Y'all looking for something that ain't here. As an Angel Feather player, I like where you're going, but stop it before they actually come for us. They're going to tell the church.
I mean, what? They touched Repros once.
This is what happens when people are like, I wonder if I can break this. Stop. Okay, this is a good card. This is a fantastic card. And the way that it plays right now, original cards, if I take damage or if a card is put to my damage zone, I get stuff. Awesome. Now, new stuff. If it's put in their damage zone, I get stuff. Great. This satisfies both at the same time, so you don't have to specify whether you want new stuff, old stuff. You can have all the stuff. Just play her at a 4-of and GG, get good. I mean, not good game, get good. Because this card is just, it's dumb. And I mean, if the person that you're playing against, if you damage start them and then rush them for damage really, really hard, on the turn that this is going to go off, unless they just like flip everything over, you're going to get a massive, massive bonus.
Yeah, that's like an auto or continuous skill, the second one.
One place. Oh,
Auto.
second part?
It's
Auto, when it attacks.
Yeah, I mean, so you can damage your opponent with your rear guards before the Vanguard swings and make it bigger.
Yeah, and the biggest it can get is 37k.
The one thing that I can say is unless the
Takes
unit
more
that you're
hit
attacking
pretty
with has like an on hit or something like that, you don't want to do that in Angel Feather. You're going to want to rely on the triggers because that is your surprise with that, on top of the bonuses that the effects give.
Hey, 37 double critical. You want to use a PG? Hey, hospital.
Yes.
Get hit by the hole.
I mean, I guess that is
Staff.
something that the unit does take more than a heal trigger. At max.
The only real downside I see with this card is if you really want spot removal on your opponent's side, you're gonna give him counterblast.
Giving them counterblast.
It is not an issue, and this is why. Most really good Angel Feather players play at what I like to refer to as a critical damage, where they are 4 to 5 damage by the time that they're hoping to win. Because most Angel Feather players want as many resources as possible. Well, the maximum number of resources you can have without dying is 5. So if you have, 4 damage, 5 damage, you're probably good because you're a Protect clan that gets multiple Protect markers, and let's not forget, if you build the deck properly, you can usually keep a hand pretty well because you're going to be taking early damage.
And depending on your build, you can go from 5 to 4 easily.
So, can I just say something? Hey, man, Deep Police, even Angel Feather has a free counter charger.
Yes, we do.
Bad.
There you go.
Alright.
But yeah, that is my input from an Angel Feather player's perspective. My first triple rare in the game was the grade 1 no seal. So,
Can I just say something? Man, rip all the Blaster Blade and Blaster Dart players. Just, just please put your Blaster Darts and Blaster Blades in your damage, please.
Wait, hang on.
What do?
Like I don't have other cards to play.
Alright, we only got 4 minutes left.
alright, let's wrap this shit up.
I got 4 minutes left. And there's only one bit of news I want to keep you.
Speak!
Excuse me.
Don't die.
All the
Speak.
balls coming back.
Don't vomit.
Oh.
Oh, I'm way too close.
But the only bit of extra,
Danger zone.
the only bit of extra news is that next week we're not doing V time, but we're doing a case opening.
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
The set's here. It's here, guys. Next week it'll be here for me.
Next to the case opening. The only other bit of news, me, Hector, and Alex have officially completely confirmed and planned and are going to California in December.
One carrot.
Yay!
You guys have fun with that.
Yes. And we'll be getting those special Cherry Expo Koshin Arc things.
Yes.
I have to adult. I'm sorry.
Same. Well, I spent my money like the month before. I'm going to.
But there's a bit of
Convention
sadness.
myself.
We're not going to regional in Atlanta this year.
No regional Atlanta this year.
But
We want to do California, we gotta make sacrifices.
Yep. So if any of you guys are gonna be there, look us up. We're totally gonna be there, Cherry Expo.
Yeah.
They,
There you go.
I'm sending money with them. I'm not going. I can't.
Otherwise known as Spirit.
buy me nice things.
But, alright. Anybody want to have anything else they want to say before we wrap it up?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. We're not singing again. Anyway. Yeah. So yeah, that was episode 27. Yes, it was 27.
Yeah.
Like always, we did really well. We got more people again. Sweet.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Bring
That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facebook. We also got a Facebook.
Oh yeah, I forget
We gotta
about
put
that.
some cards over
We
Alex's face.
Oh, we're always.
yeah.
They're
Oh,
going to
they're
Alex's
always-
face every time.
We gotta put his astral poets.
But, I've been getting a lot of questions on the YouTube channel about this. If you really want to know and want help making these proxy cards that we're using, just hit us up on Facebook through the messenger. We'll help you out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll help you. We'll help you out. Well, anyway.
Help you on the way.
Yep. As always, I've been Phil,
Shane.
This is Alex.
I'm long.
And I'm Jeff.
and we'll see you in the next one.
Hey.
And he dabs.
It's
That's
really
2 out of 5 so far. Anyone on that? Did a 5 for 5? Yes. There's 4. 3, 4.
Jeff.
1. 5 for 5.